Hello, hello. It's me, C, back for another daily video. What? Every day, hey, every day. And yeah, I am using new gear. I'm trying without sock for the microphone cover to fix the sound issue, but we'll see. Also, today is self-care day. I'm going to talk about what the self-care looks like 2 weeks into uh, not quite being in the physical space that I would like to be in. And we're just going to accept that for what it is. Alrighty. So let's start with top of the morning. Actually, we can start with the night before even. So, if you don't know, I have a nighttime routine sometimes. Actually, it's more like all the nights. So I get in the bed earlier than I actually want to sleep, which is super important. Gives my body a chance to rest and get the twitches and tosses and turns over and everything else like that. And I will listen to a book that is usually light and fluffy. Nothing serious, no news. Again, listen to a book so that I don't need like light on the page of a physical book. So I've taken to doing that, and that's pretty gentle um, and easeful. And um, and then when I text friends that are cool, like not the ones that have any drama or anything going on, just pretty chill friends. Say my good nights, um, and continue on listening to a book, and do actually a lot of deep breathing as well. Breathe your breath all the way down to the belly button kind of thing, which again, is very, very good. Very easeful, eases my way into sleep. If my mind is still going on and on, I will stop the audiobook and actually um, do a meditation. And for me, I use Insight Timer. I've been using it for, oh gosh, is that right? 9 years? Yeah. So that's great. And that has a bunch of different kinds, by kinds, I mean styles of meditations and things like that. Oh my gosh, itchy nose. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I'll turn on a what's it called, yoga nidra, or just a little brown noise, and that'll usually get my mind to like settle down into like low buzz, no thinking, or just easier to watch the thoughts just flow by kind of thing. Super helpful for when the thoughts have gone amok, or not gone amok, but I would just say they're back to back, and I'm just watching them speed by, and I'm just like, okay, let's get these thoughts to slow down and have space in the mind. So that's the thing that I do uh, to ease myself into a restful sleep. Now, listen, also, in that past 4 years or so, can't believe it's been this long, but yeah, 4 years, the whole perimenopausal thing has like totally fried my ability to like stay asleep. So it's like I sleep in two shifts. There's the like the 10 to 3, and then like 4:35 to 8. and then I wake up. Now, waking up is super, super important. Now, I wake up naturally, which means I do not use an alarm to wake up. Um, and when I wake up also depends on where in the world I am. And what that means is, and also like what side of the island I'm on. If I'm in Hawaii, um, and of course the how I should say which direction the room or the windows are facing in the room that I'm in the bedroom. So there's that. So I can naturally wake up anywhere from like 5 to 8, but I let myself rise naturally. And actually, very first thing I do upon opening my eyes is deep breaths, which is a lot easier, like in the morning, I guess, because my body's rested from sleep or whatever. So it feels a lot easier to breathe deeply. Just good. A deep breath anytime is very, very good. How about you? Take one. Have one. Let's have a deep breath. Yeah. All right. So yes, a deep breath in the morning, and then in my brain is straight to gratitudes. Like literally every single day for the past, I don't know, many years. My first thought is, I am so grateful for being for getting breathed today. I'm grateful to be breathed today. I'm grateful I got breathed today. I'm grateful for this comfortable bed, and, or I'm grateful for this comfortable pillow. I'm grateful, and I just start noticing everything that's like wake to the world. Not even that I have my eyes open necessarily, because sometimes I don't. I'm just like grateful for, grateful for, and then eventually I'll pop one eye open and be like, look around, like, all right, I'm grateful I'm in an abode. The four walls are working as they should. And usually I'm in a room with a ceiling fan, so I'm like, I feel so grateful for the ceiling fan. And I like look up, I'm like, yeah, like it's a good day, right? Um, hey, there's nothing like getting breathed on a brand new day. Um, if you've ever had a major loss in your life, or you've lost a major person in your life, like life is can be very short. And so I make sure to whatever people call God, the universe, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm like, hey, I'm grateful for the day. Thank you for breathing me today. Thank you, cells, for working as it should. Thank you, heart, for beating. Thank you, mitochondria, for getting the energy in my body. Thank you, thank you, blood vessels, veins, and arteries for doing your job. Thank you, valves, for literally everything that I can think of. I'm like, okay, I'm grateful for this. Thank you so much for this and this and this. And I've come to the realization about that is that that really starts out my day in a good way. Um, Starts me out in a really good attitude, like an attitude about life, attitude about the day. It's like, all right, I'm already winning the day. I got breathe. Hey now, my heart is breathing. Who I'm alive. Hey now, it's a good thing. So that's the initial, morning thing is it's vital. It's vital. It's vital. Right. And so the next thing I actually do now, other people are like, oh, don't grab your phone or whatever. But since my meditation app is on my phone and I silence all my notifications, the first thing I do is I open my phone and I open up my meditation app and I go find it's the just the timer itself. And you can program the timer on Insight Timer to have a bell, a background sound, an ending bell, things like that. So I do a meditation for 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how I'm feeling that day, how aligned I'm feeling, or whatever, just what I'm feeling. And so that gets done, and again, easeful into the day, um, feeling good. And if it's not the timer that I use for the meditation to just notice any thoughts in the morning, then it is certainly and meditation that's around, how am I feeling this day? Am I feeling any anxiety? Where is it in my body? That kind of thing. So if there's something that needs addressing, like, something's feeling achy, then turn on a body scan meditation, which is great. Give yourself a checking over from head to toe, and that's a good thing. Usually by the end of that, my body has eased up and it feels wonderful. I love that for myself. I love that for myself. I would love that for you too. Also try that if your body tends to be achy and stuff in the morning. So there's that. Do some AFs or some affirmations, if you will. Some AFs. I love it. And yeah, think about how my day is gonna go. Um, do some very, very, very gentle exercise. And actually, I wouldn't even call it, exercise, because I think of exercise as something challenging for the body. I would say some morning movement, flowing movement, something like something akin to Tai Chi. And again, it's like, which is good for the body because it's already been rested from from um, from the meditation or a body scan, and then just getting the everything flowing, the joints going, everything. That feels wonderful in the body. So it's like, grateful for a body that moves, right? I'm grateful to be on my own 2 feet because there were years where I was not able to be. So, I should say a year in total that I wasn't able to be on my own 2 feet. Um, and that's a sidebar story for a different day. And another thing that I do, and I end up usually with some writing. If I'm not writing, then I'm reading, or I'll do both. And when I do choose something to read, it's a thing having to do with self-improvement because I've been for many, many years been reading self-improvement books and things like that. So, I'll pick I don't know, I'll pick a section of a favorite bibliotherapy and like You Are a Badass or something like that. And that's my morning, and that's what feels really good. And so the bonus here for my self-care and in addition to my my slow morning, which for you as an aside, if you don't have or if you don't are not able if you feel like you're not able to make mm, space in your morning, I invite you to give yourself 5 minutes and do each of those little things for only 1 minute each to give yourself an idea of what that would feel like in your day, and do that over a few weeks. See if you're after that want to expand the time that you make space for yourself. So give that a try out. So anyway, back to the bonus thing, and then I go like, that's self care. Listen, I honor my body, and I have been since I have a female body with female hormones. And so, if it's one thing I have learned through the cycle of hormones is that you must honor thy body. So, I do that by, in this time, the bonus round, because, even with all of the things, it's like, yes, it's weird and easeful and everything. But since it's also still kind of stressful time, because in between all limbo spaces, they are what you make them, and sometimes you just have to acknowledge that if your body's feeling a bit of stress, is now. And also, I used to be an emotional eater, but when I'm stressed, I've noticed that I've now changed from crunchy, salty to sweet. And so I have gotten myself my favorite candy, which are caramel M&Ms, and I've allowed that. for myself. It's part of my self-care because it's a little something sweet and they're like small. So I give myself a serving of that, which I don't know if you know, but a serving is 11 pieces. So 11 little pops of joy. So something sweet on a sweet day. And all of the days are sweet, actually. But while I'm stressed, I'm giving myself extra, um, a little bit of extra, I guess, sugar. And from a perspective of self care and also health, I should also tell you it fits my macros because I also don't eat, I don't eat bread here in the US for a variety of reasons. I'm sure if you ever lived in the US or you living in the US, you turn around any bread out of the grocery store and start reading the ingredients, and yeah, I don't eat bread in the US. So there's that. So I don't have refined carbohydrates in that way. I don't eat the tortillas here because I'm not even gonna buy. If I was gonna eat a tortilla, I would make my own tortillas. But even then, even the flour here is problematic. So it's kind of like, maybe I won't make my own tortillas. I'll just wait until I go back to Mexico and have tortillas. Mm, so I will say that's part of my self care is in terms of like eating and care. Under the eating category, I will definitely say that it has been pivotal to now make sure that in order to not go off in a ditch with carbohydrates or like I don't know some random thing like a cheesecake or something is really to get in to start my day with protein. And so my friend that I'm living with right now that I'm staying with in my between phase is he has a lot of different kinds of protein. I should not kinds, but flavors of protein from a company. So it feels like I have a smorgasbord of protein shakes that I could possibly have. So and that feels pretty fun. And I know you're like, protein shakes are fun. I'm like, I have like 3 flavors I can choose from, which I only usually for myself only buy one. And he's like, let's have 3. And I'm like, awesome. Why not? So that's been a little bit of fun in the self care and the care and the feeding of my body. Let's see. I've been, interestingly, I've been eating the same thing on repeat, which has definitely felt like care because that reduces, you know, no decision fatigue. Like, I know it's gonna be some chicken, some pork, and like, or eggs. And if I get a, what did I make recently? Oh, again, it was a version of chicken. It was like a Quest chip coated air fried chicken. And I am usually not the one for fried chicken, but my friend was like, "Hey, do you think you can make a coating out of these chips?" And I was like, challenge accepted. I don't know, can I? Ah, speaking of, okay. And anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's gonna be a whole bunch of background noise now. Alrighty. So anyway, that's what I'm doing for self-care these 2 weeks in, and the bonus is I'm caring feeding of my food for the soul, which is candy right now. So that's what I'm doing. Alrighty, and have a wonderful day. Aloha.